knew Mary from 19, we'll just say the 19-something. Yeah, we've known each other for about 25 years. We worked together at J.P. Morgan. We started there when we were, what, 9, 10 years old?
Yeah.
Mary, get it.
Thank you, Mark. Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm going to try and speak loud. Oh, I guess this will help. I want to thank everybody for coming this morning. I am not a morning person myself, so when I heard the time of the presentation, I said, oh God, I'm going to need a million cups of coffee just to get myself up and out in the morning. One of the great things about being an entrepreneur, obviously, is working your own schedule and your times, and this is quite early for me to meet any clients. So anyway, I'm here. Thank you again. And as Mark said, I am Mary Karakashian, not to be confused with the Kardashians. Yes, they're entrepreneurs, so I give them that. But if it helps you remember my name, that's fine. And I'm the proud owner of Unique Homestaging and Design. I started my company less than a year ago, and just like most entrepreneurs, it was my passion for design and decorating that led me to start my own company. I spent about almost 10 years in direct sales, selling home decor products for another company. And after I left J.P. Morgan and had a couple kids and figured I needed something more flexible, so that's where I figured, oh, well, I really love decorating, and I fell in love with the products. And even though it was a sales-driven business, that was never what really drove me. It was setting up the displays and creating a connection to people who were interested in the products and how they can use it in their home. And that's what I truly enjoyed. And as the years went by, I started to lose interest in the company because I wasn't, even though the decorating part of it was still there, I was like, this is not quite what I want to do. And I kept thinking I really want to do home staging or decorating, whatever. Well, you always kind of need that push. You always need, and there's always hints that you receive from other people. You really need to do this, or follow your dreams, follow your passion. And finally, what pushed me the most was the company shut down. So I was like, okay, time to finally make that leap of faith and start my own company. So I did a little research and tried to figure out, what should I do? Should I go back to school, become an interior designer? Should I go into decorating? And then the more I thought about it, I said, you know what, I really love the staging, the home staging, and being able to help people who are ready to sell their homes and get them sold, because that's becoming a really big, popular field, and that's what I decided to go into. So I went and got certified because I felt that there's always something to learn, and then I started my company the end of last March. So here I am today. And almost a year later, and I love it. Learning a lot. I've gotten a few stagings under my belt, and it's all me. As most people who start their own business, you're wearing all the hats, you're doing everything. So, I do have to say my kids and my husband have helped me, luckily, when I'm loading, because I can't carry a couch by myself. I haven't figured that out yet. So, but it's great, and kind of learning, smarter ways to do some business, so kind of contacting some movers when I need to, so I'm not breaking my back or whatever. So anyway, I don't know who's familiar with home staging, but before I do that, I forgot that I did want to feed you guys, and I brought some goodies. So if you guys want to,
I'm just taking it.
Okay. So help yourself. So again, I don't know how many of you are familiar with home staging, but one of the things it is not is that it's not decorating. It's not decorating if you're actually working with a person's specific taste and working with them. And I've done that as well this year, as where design goes. But staging is more taking a home that's going to go on the market. If it's vacant, it's easier for me because it's a blank canvas and I just can go in and bring in my things and make it look nice. But then there's homes that I stage that are occupied, and I have to work with what they have, and it can be a lot more challenging. So home staging is preparing the home for the market, and it's more than just cleaning and decluttering. If you were to go and sell your car, you know, the very minimum, you're gonna wanna take it to the car wash, you know, detail it, you know, pick up the goldfish that are under the seats or the lollipops that are stuck to the seats or whatever. But, you know, of course, with a home, you're gonna wanna do that, but then there's more to it. You don't wanna, you need to depersonalize it. You need to take away some of the personal things that you've collected over the years, or family photos, you know, things that might offend somebody else, like your gun collection or your animal heads around the house or whatever. So those are things that you have to, you know, neutralize your home so that it attracts the most buyers when they're coming through. Now, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, that's kind of how I look at the blank canvas that I'm working with, or even if it's an occupied home. So I'm going in, and what I want to do is sort of what a picture does. When you look at a picture, and I have a picture on the floor there, but you know, you look at a picture and it draws you in. It might take you to a place that you would love to be, whether it's the beach or skiing or something like that. It might create a feeling of warmth. So, you know, you get the picture, you understand what that does. And so what I want to do with my staging is do the same thing, draw you in when you come into a home and see the display and have an immediate connection, feel warm and welcome into that home, and picture yourself living there. And there are certain things that I do during my staging that may tug at your emotions, and that's, you know, another important factor of staging. Now we know with today's market, a lot of people, and because we're busy, if you're looking for a home, what are we all doing? We're searching online. And if you see pictures of a property online and it looks terrible, are you going to go visit it? Probably not. But if it looks really good, or pretty good, you know, it's important obviously for those pictures to show the house well, then most likely you'll call up, you know, your realtor or whatever and go out and visit that home. Now, you're going to get a different reaction from those pictures online, and then when you walk in the home, obviously you should even get a lot more drawn in and begin to see how you're, you know, how you can live there, your lifestyle, how your furniture will fit, and really kind of create that connection in the home. So, let's see. So staging obviously has proven to make a home sell faster and for closer to asking price. Lots of times what people do is they put the house on the market, they say, well, let's see what happens. And then a couple months go by and they're like, well, I guess we have to reduce the price. And then more time goes by and they're getting frustrated. They're, you know, they're ready to move, or they may have another mortgage somewhere, and, you know, they're incurring all sorts of expenses, and they just haven't prepared their property right to get it to sell. Now, staging, of course, is not 100% guaranteed, because I can do my best in staging a property, but if it's listed at a high price, or the location, obviously, you know, is a huge factor in real estate, you know, there obviously it's going to take a little bit longer, but it certainly helps if it's done correctly. So, and it benefits the seller, of course, because they sell their property a lot quicker, and the realtor's happy because they've sold the property and closed the deal. So it's definitely a value-added service, and it's becoming more and more well-known, and some realtors will, you know, won't list a house unless they say, I'm bringing in a stager. At the very minimum, they're going to do a consultation and tell you what you need to do. And then after that, whether they do it or not, it's up to them, but, and then of course, if they want to hire me, then I come in and actually make some changes. And staging typically costs less than your first price reduction, so it definitely is worth the investment. Okay, so what I thought I would do is show you a couple of my some pictures from my portfolio, because again, like I said, pictures speak louder than words. And I wanted to do like a quick little demo. If you can all see, there's a chair sitting there with a coffee cup on it, and it doesn't look all that exciting. Yeah, you might want to sit there and have a cup of coffee, but I thought I would just do a little quick display and show you how it can become more welcoming. So let me just go through quickly some of the pictures, and if you have any questions, let me know. But what I really wanted to do today was just get out here and share my business with you, share, hopefully you can see the excitement that is inside of me because I love this and it's my passion. And if you have any tips for me as a first year